We present a novel biomimetic sensorimotor control framework for biomechanical human animation. Our framework features neural networks and deep learning for neuromuscular control and perception. We employ an advanced, anatomically accurate, biomechanical human musculoskeletal model. Without muscles, the articulated multi-body skeleton system collapses in gravity. The musculoskeletal model includes 823 hill-type muscle actuators, each stimulated by its efferent activation signal. Trained deep neuromuscular motor controllers generate the muscle activation signals that enable the biomechanical virtual human to control its neck and head, arms, and legs in gravity. When its neuromuscular controllers are deactivated, the musculoskeletal system collapses. When the controllers are reactivated, it regains its controlled posture. The virtual human has biomimetic eyes and an active vision system that drives the neuromuscular motor controllers to perform sensorimotor tasks. Finally, the contractile muscle forces actuate the musculoskeletal system. Next, we will explain the motor subsystem in greater detail. To train the deep neural networks, or DNNs, in the neuromuscular motor controllers, we employ our biomechanical musculoskeletal model to synthesize large quantities of training data offline. A target position is set randomly. A separation error vector between the target and the current hand position, as well as the current muscle activations obtained through proprioceptive feedback, are stored as inputs. Inverse kinematics, inverse dynamics, and muscle optimization computations yield the desired muscle activations that incrementally drive the musculoskeletal system to reduce the target error vector. The difference between the desired and previous muscle activations are stored as associated outputs. This cycle is repeated to compute training datasets comprising on the order of millions of input-output pairs. Before the DNNs in the neuromuscular motor controllers are trained, the system is wildly out of control. Here we visualize the progress of the training process, starting with an untrained controller. After 9 epochs of training, the arm reaches in the direction of the target, but without much stability. As the training process continues, the motor controller improves. After 900 epochs, the controller is able to actuate the arm musculoskeletal subsystem to reach the target in a stable manner. Next, we describe our virtual human's biomimetic perception subsystem. Photoreceptors on the foveated retinas of the eyes, which are capable of eye movements, sample the 3D visual environment using ray tracing. The optic nerve vector retinal outputs are processed by trained perception deep neural networks. The foveation DNNs have learned how to foveate static and kinetic visual targets by actively controlling the rotations of the eyes to look directly at 3D target objects of interest, here a white ball. The other perception DNNs have learned how to adjust the head rotation and estimate the separation error vectors between visual targets and the hands or feet. Next, we demonstrate autonomous sensorimotor control with our biomechanical human musculoskeletal model. Driven exclusively by the output of the photoreceptors in its retinas, the virtual human observes and reaches out in a controlled manner with its arms and legs to intercept incoming visual targets, actively controlling its neck, head, and eyes in order to do so. Here is the same simulation rendered with a skinned human model. Here is a simulation of the biomechanical virtual human observing and intercepting a bouncing ball. The movements of the eyes, head, and arms are produced naturally. Finally, the virtual human's deep learning-based sensorimotor control system enables it to draw shapes and write using its finger. Thank you for watching.